Now Kenny's going to build us a winning basketball team.
Well, I think this is the best way. Now, look, the thing that's so interesting about this type of stuff is I don't think there's one set way to do it. Just like Chat GPT said, there's different ways to go about it. Just depends on your philosophy and how you want to mold your team. But I know me personally, there's always like the jokes of the unethical basketball team and all this other stuff, and it's fine, it's cool, it don't bother me. But there is a method to what I'm saying. Like, clearly I wouldn't want 5 20-point scorers. That doesn't work.
Okay.
That doesn't work. Like, one of the reasons why I'm always saying, the Kings need to look at this player score, is because I believe you need to have 3 guys in the starting lineup that can get 25 at any time or each and every night. The capability to get that. You need 3 guys that can do that. So preferably I want them on all 3 levels. I want my point guard to be able to do it. I want a wing and a big. Preferably. That would be the way I would try to build that roster. Then the other 2 guys that are in the starting lineup, they're really just defensive guys. I want to be able at both levels, on the perimeter and on, around mid-range or the paint. I want them to be able to do whatever I need to do on the defensive end or rebounding. And any points they give us is gravy. Think Mitchell Robinson. You know what I mean? If I got 3 guys that can score 25 at any time, I'll take a Mitchell Robinson and a Caruso. That works. That works because I'm not relying on their scoring. I can just focus and just go sick that guy over there. You know what I mean? Lock up, rebound, do all that. Also, mind you, the guys that score, they don't have to be one-trick pony. Like, you can score and still go rebound. You can score and still be a decent defender. But I'm not asking you to be my best defender or anything like that. I got my guys that can get buckets. Then I want a 6-man like a Malik Monk type that can come in and change the game on the offensive end at any point in time. So he could give you 20. You know what I mean? Like, because this guy's explosive off the bench. Got the 6-man like that. And then the rest of my bench guys, according to like wherever those that whatever position that 6-man plays, whether it's a guard or a wing, my other 3 guys or so off the bench, that's more defense and toughness and shooting. That's what I do want all the time. You don't have to be a scorer, but I want almost anybody on my team to be able to shoot. Like, you can't leave them open. I don't want no Jared Vanderbilts. Do not want one of those. Everybody, you may get 2 shots a game, but they leave you open for that corner 3. That's buckets. And you look at the way the team is built. I've got enough scoring to go with anybody, but I've got these defensive dogs that can match up with anybody as well. And that's really, somebody says so. Michael says so. 4 of the top 6 bucket getters, too many. I disagree. This is 2025. It's 2025. I think bare minimum, you need 3 guys that can get you 25 points at any point in time. Bare minimum. And you look at the 2 teams.
The Kings have 1.
They got
maybe.
Are we assuming DeMar's here?
Well, yeah, like that was the other one.
DeMar's here. They got 2. I don't.
He can't. He can't.
He averages.
He
19.
won't. Yeah, but he won't. He won't. He's been consistent through his entire career. Domas will not shoot the ball more. He won't. Yeah. So no, he can't get you 25.
So that's just not his game. Like, that's just not who he is as a player.
Right. So look at the 2
literally talking about 2 to 3 more shots, but whatever.
Look at the 2 teams that are playing right now. They actually, I didn't even think about this when I was thinking about building a team, but they've got that form. Look at OKC.
Okay.
SGA.
Give me the
SGA,
yep.
Jalen Williams, check, can give you 25 at any time.
Okay.
Dort,
yep.
or Hartenstein or Caruso, whoever start, they just focus on defense, making life a living hell. The one thing that they're maybe missing a little bit is the guy off the bench that can score, but they supplemented that with
A
just
bunch
crazy
of guys.
defenders. And they're crazy defenders.
Yeah.
OKC is. Plus, the other reason why I like to have 3 guys that can give you 25 at any time is I can always, worst case scenario, have 2 of them on the floor at all times. I got 2 offensive threats, true offensive threats on the floor at any time. That means that defense can never really rest or, get people in foul trouble, things like that. Look at Indiana. You got Ty, you got Siakam, and Miles Turner. Yeah, I guess so. Maybe not. But they supplement that with guys like Nesmith who can score. Nembhard. Some people think Nembhard is a guy that can get you 25 at any point in time. And then you look at that bench, and they've got a guy like Benedict Mathurin or Obi Toppin, excuse me, that can come off the bench and give you 20. And then you just got these dogs on the defensive end. Like, they just keep going through it. Like, say what you want about the defensive end of the floor, and that is needed. All these, look at the top 4 teams that were in the conference finals. They all had 3 guys that could give you buckets.
Can I poke holes in Oklahoma City a little bit, maybe?
Sure, go ahead.
Chet played 32 games this year. He scored 25 or more 3 times. Okay.
He's got I'm looking at a guy that's capable of it, right? Like, I don't capable of it without it being like, oh, I didn't plan for that. Like, that's ridiculous. If Lou Dort's going to get 25, I'm just going to tip my hat. Like, not like that. Like, if I know you laid out the number, but if Chet got 25,
no, it's not like shocking. I mean,
right.
He's 20 plus. Again, this is 32 games, not 82. 32 games. 20 plus 10 times. So it's not crazy.
Yeah, just the idea of the type of player I'm looking for.
All right.
That's what that is.
Okay.
That's how I get down. That's the way I would build. Like I said, there's a number of different ways to go about building a winner. But
the Kings.
This came up to me because it feels like, could be wrong, could just be reading too many comments, tweets, or whatever. But it feels like Kings fans just want 5 guys that play defense. They don't want that. You only want a bucket get no, move the ball and we need some defenders.
Do they?
They don't like any
and
scores.
you know better than I do because I just don't. I don't. But is it more? No, we want to get defenders on this team and maybe 1 or 2, and then fill out the rest with whatever. But like we had, like the way you laid that out, the Lou Dort's, the Alex Caruso, we don't have any of those. Like maybe Keon
and Keegan are close. But remember, I said if Keegan's
close.
He's close. He's close. He's close.
I'm gonna run some.
He's close.
Okay.
It depends, but it also depends on what you're asking him to guard.
Everything.
He can't do that. He can't do that. But I think 3, depending on who it is, 3 to 5. He's more 3 to 5 than he is 3 to 1.
Guarding. Got you.
So he can do that. Keon is 1 to 3. You know what I'm saying? But if I had a situation where I had Trae Young, Zach LaVine, and I guess Domas as I'll say Domas. I'll just say as my 3 scoring guys, I could be like, Keegan, I don't need you to get 19. I need you to get a cool 13 to 15 and lock up.
Who would be, again, in the fictitious world, DeMar DeRozan is here, which acting like he can't possibly be here is kind of crazy, but whatever. If you had to pick one guy and you say this individual is more likely to be my 3rd scorer to go along with LaVine and DeMar, would you say it's DeMar? And we're talking about the capable of getting you 25 plus on any given night. DeMar is here. So it's clearly it's LaVine and it's DeMar. The 3rd guy. Would you put your money on it being Domas or Keegan Murray?
That's tough. And I agree with Gilbert. Malik.
And it's not Malik. We have to, like, Malik has a role. It's not, and he might, but like Malik would be the Lou Dort, in my opinion, where it's like, man, Malik got 25. That's big time for us.
Over
I'm not-
Domas and Keegan?
Yeah, like to do so you're talking about on a semi-regular basis. Regular basis. Malik's not going to do that Malik's not going to do that. He's not. Come on, man. I love Malik. Malik is
my I understand what you're saying. But once again, more than those other two. If you write Malik out, I'd probably say Domas.
Domas over Keegan. Now, can I tell you the reason I asked that is we talked about Domas averaging the 19 or whatever, and he is very consistent throughout his entire career in his field goal attempts. He shoots a 60+% from the field. And I don't know that he'll ever change from that. When you talk about stretching from 19 to 25,
no, he has no chance of that.
That's why I'm like, Keegan's entering his
what? You talk about averaging?
4th year?
Yeah.
We're asking Keegan to do something he's never done before. But in Domas's case, we're asking him to break a habit of doing something that he has done his entire career. Not only do something he's done his entire career, he's done it very well. Mm-hmm. Again, he's a 60+% shooter from the field. He when you look at it, 11, 12, 13, 11, 12 to every year, that's how many shots he takes. Mm-hmm. Keegan, hey, bro, let me holler at you real quick. Need you to be a more aggressive. You're going to be one of our top scoring options. Again, I understand you're asking him to do something he's never done before, but you're not asking him to break a habit.
But here's the conundrum with it. You're asking him to do something I don't think he's capable of. He doesn't have enough in his repertoire to average that type of shoot. Like Sabonis, here's the difference between the two. He may not be willing, but he's capable in some respect. That's even like that's up for debate too. But if you're at 19 and you're not shooting, I think you have the capability, if you got a little more greedy, to get there. Keegan, he doesn't have the skill set. He just can't do it. And jokingly, when somebody put up, that's why I put Malik up there. I think Malik 25 is a lot, but also I'm not saying averaging 25 either.
No, I hear you. Malik,
know,
25 plus. This is just last year. 10 times in 65 games.
How many Domas do it? How many times Domas do it?
Stand by, please.
That's
talk amongst yourselves. No, I got you. Hang on. Probably should have opened a different tab instead of just.
And I know that probably seems like I'm hating on Keegan a little bit. Not trying to. I just don't. I haven't seen enough in his game to make me think.
25 for Domas. 25 plus is 13. Domas, I'm sure, played 70-something games. 70 games last year. 25 plus 13 times. He's got a couple 24s and 23s in here also.
And Lotus Prime says Keegan can't do it. Feels wild. We've seen him do it. Yes, I've seen Trey Lyles.
Well, wait a minute. Yeah, but we're talking about regularly. We're not talking about.
I've seen. Yes, he can score 25 in a game. I'm talking about consistently get to a level where we're not even batting an eye at a 25-point game from him.
Keegan Murray did it twice last year.
He just doesn't have that skill set, in my opinion. I haven't seen enough. Maybe there's a whole
10 times the year before.
Maybe there's a whole part of his game that I haven't seen yet. But I don't see the shot creation. I don't see the variance of being able to score on all three levels.
Man.
I don't see the handle. I don't see the ability to get to the line.
Only twice his rookie year.
Yeah. I just don't see. And I don't know if they can show this. I would think 25 is a lot. I remember when Malik went down last year, the year before, I guess. And they needed scoring. It was just him and Fox and Keon and all this other stuff. And we said Keegan has to step up his offensive aggression. He did do it. I think he got to about 18 shot attempts a night. And I think his points per game went up as well. But I don't know how many times he got to 25 in that stretch.
See,
like
this
the
is
last month.
You talking about Keegan?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what year was this? Not last year, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most he's ever done, and I can go back and look. The one that's pissing me off is Domas. Domas can do it. He just doesn't. He absolutely can. He just doesn't. He scored. What was this last year? What year is this? No, this is 22, 23. He scored 34. He was 15 of 20. He scored 31. He was 21 of 18. Do you know what a real thing to look at with Domas is? Has he ever taken over 20 shots? Oh, here's one. One time that season he took 23. Oh, he's probably mortified by it.
What do you know the date of that?
I do.
What was it?
It is March 13th.
I thought you were going to say like December. And he's like, I'll never do that again.
No, March 13th against Milwaukee. They lost 133 to 124. Domas played 39 minutes, 11 of 23 from the field, 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 15 assists. There is no reason at all that we shouldn't be talking very regularly about Domantas Sabonis being one of the best players in the league. Last year, he took 20-plus field goal attempts how many times?
3 times.
Exactly. 20, 21, and 22. Oh, my gosh, he did it twice in December. Wow. Wow, Domas really got crazy. Really got crazy.
Been too selfish out
there. That was probably his worst shooting game of the season. He was 8 of 22 against, that was the Pacers game. That Pacers game.
So what, did he shoot 20 times against the Lakers or the Pistons? Because then you say it was back-to-back games?
No, it wasn't back-to-back. It's 2 in December. The other one was Denver, the
DeMar game?
Yeah, on the 16th.
Yeah,
it's tough. We call that the DeMar game. That's tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
That, and to your earlier point, I mean, I don't know if he's going to come into this season and be like, I'm shooting more.
Yeah, like, he's not. He's absolutely not.
Seem to be in his blood.
He's absolutely not.
To be in his DNA.
Oh, jeez. Meanwhile, the guy who scored 25 or more the most times last year is the one everyone assumes isn't on this team.
Keep saying.
So remember, the numbers were 10, 2, 12, and 26.
And that's why, and this goes a roundabout way of explaining, like, oh, can you want a shooter? Bro, you need somebody who's going to shoot the ball. You need somebody who's going to score. And I think in 2025, you need like 3 of those guys just to even have a chance.
I have to eyeball this because I can't. Oh, maybe is that it? 22 games. They were 14 and 8.
When he scored 25 or more?
Yeah.
14
and 8.
We talked about it during the season. Like, DeMar would shoot too much in the fourth quarter and lose a game like he did against New Orleans before the All-Star break. And people would harp on that like that happens every night.
Mm-hmm.
It was literally like 3 games where that happened. Every other game, he did a hell of a job of getting this team either the win or an opportunity to win with his scoring.
Yeah.
And I just never understood. When the Kings would lose, somehow it would be because DeMar shot the ball and ISO
shot everybody out of the game.
I never understood that. If you don't think that his style is conducive to this particular Kings team winning or the fit isn't right, that's one thing. But we were in real time, and this guy would have 30 in a night in a Kings win, and it would be like, did you see what Keon Ellis did on defense? And DeMar would miss the last 5 shots of the fourth quarter in a loss. And this is why you'll never win. DeMar DeRozan just being selfish. All right, guys. I don't know what he did to y'all.
Chicago pulls west. You know, it would be funny if the season starts and DeMar's still here.
Was that
James would jump through Jesse's window like it was Marty Jannetty in the barbershop. Just dive through it.
Okay, before we leave, we're doing percentages. What's the percentage of that? He starts on
Only
opening
slightly
day.
higher than them not getting a first round pick. I had them at 0% chance of moving back into the draft.
Yeah, I'll go 2% for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the percentage is very high, but
I don't think
maybe this is just crowd noise.
Feels like I don't know. Like DeMar's great if he wasn't 36 or 35, however old he is. Like
what if I know it? I know the reasons that this isn't realistic. But hypothetically, what if someone was like, you know who I really like, Zach LaVine, and they traded Zach LaVine? Does it make it more likely that DeMar is still here? Or is it just another trade?
I think it would if he was open to it.
Is the problem with DeMar that LaVine is here? Because it feels like the problems with DeMar started from a fan perspective. Well,
I feel like
before
it's his
LaVine
contract, but also like DeMar was supposed to be here with Fox and Sabonis. Those guys aren't here anymore. And
people were bitching about it when they were here. Sabonis is still here.
Yeah,
he's only traded in your mind.
That's Monty's thing, but like, well, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. But like DeMar's 35, 36 or whatever. He's got a year and a non-guaranteed year after that. Like he's just better off suited somewhere else. Like I just don't think he fits here anymore. Like you're not building out your future with DeMar DeRozan.
We'll talk about this on Monday, but why would DeMar want to go to Miami?
Why would anyone want to go to Miami?
Yeah, Miami is not close to anything but the water.
Unless, and that's the thing. Like if you're going to Miami to go to Miami, great.
Right.
But if you're going to Miami for basketball, what are you going to do?
Be mid.
And this is true for DeMar or Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Bam, at least take shots.
Damn.
Well, he's not wrong. We hope to see you tonight at Sky River Casino, 32 Brew Street. We're out there from 7 to 9. Please come through, hang out. We're going to do a live show out there. We've got guests pulling up on us. We've just got people we're going to hand the microphone to. It's going to be very interactive. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be the most fun we've ever had at Sky River Casino. So we hope to see you tonight. And we've got some stories to tell, just like Biggie, from 7 to 9, 32 Brew Street tonight. If not, we'll see you back here Monday at 10 a.m. on Sacramento Sports Leader, ESPN 1320.
Vamos, Gigantes!